pre-training, or as part of your pre-training ritual, I suppose. Now, I have full videos that go through like the real deep technical side of this. Technique is absolutely key when it comes to any sort of core work. It's something that I've specialized in for the last probably 9 years. And it's the main thing that I really worked with for athletes was their core stability to improve their performance. And core stability, if you don't have, then you don't have that trunk support when you're running fast, or if you're jumping and you've got that time in the air, or if you take off. So it's really vital to have a strong trunk, but it's also about efficiency. So years and years ago, I used to do like 1,000 sit-ups as part of my warm-up. And you know, at the first time it took me like an hour and a half. The second, third, fourth time it kept going down, and then it was my mission to see how fast I could do it. And so it used to take me 10 to 15 minutes. But then I noticed how tight I started becoming. I was really strong, but I was really tight. So then when I got pregnant, I really struggled. My stomach was so tight, felt like it was tearing constantly. And then I started learning more about just how to become even more efficient with what I was doing, because whilst I was doing Pilates exercises, I was still doing way too many, and I wasn't engaging according to my rib angle, and so I wasn't thinking about what was weak and what needed strengthening. So if you do want to learn more about it, I will pop a little link here and you can learn more about core engagement according to your rib angle, because that will be really useful for you as an athlete, or just in general to support your body more. But some of the things that I like to do is, you know, sometimes it's just about turning the muscle on enough, just so it becomes more stable whilst you're running or whilst you're doing any gym stuff. So you don't have to do heaps. Sometimes it's just enough to just feel it a little bit and then move on. Today I'm just going to show you maybe 3 different exercises, and that is working in all planes. So a little bit of side plank work. So side planks will be really good to strengthen your serratus, which is underneath here, which supports your shoulder, which helps connect and strengthen and hold your stomach more tight. So it's important to have all of that connected well, so that everything is supported, especially if you need to use your arms, then that's helping to stabilize with your tummy. So the beginner version of doing a side plank is actually up on your hand. It's harder on your elbow, okay, because it shortens all the levers. So having your hand like so, and having your feet, you could cross them over. Wait, I'm just gonna go backwards a little bit. So if you come like so with your feet, and then I always pre-engage, which means I inhale to release my pelvic floor and my tummy, and then I exhale to reconnect to all, and then I come up. So coming down to sit, coming up. That is one beginner way that you can do it. Or you can inhale, lower the hip, exhale to press up, or you can hold here for an isometric hold, or you can lower and come up. So there are lots of different ways, okay, that you can do this. And then the next level is to go onto your hand. Okay, so I like to do a mix of that, followed by some of the like bird dogs that I showed you before, which were on all fours and keeping everything really stable and still. I do some holding, and then I do some pulsing, and then sometimes I draw in and reach. So I do some of those, and then I will go onto my back, and I might do some hundreds, some dead bugs, and some crisscross. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Like I said, it depends on what my body needs more of, and what's weak and what's not. So if I'm doing a dead bug, then the focus is on keeping pelvic stability, keeping your tummy engaged, keeping everything still, because it's just movement of the hip joint. So you need to learn how to breathe under a brace, which I teach in one of my mini courses to do with your rib angle. Because if you can keep a strong, stable trunk, and then your hips are able to move, that is going to in turn help you when you are running or jumping, because your tummy will be stable, so your legs can just do what they need to do without all of this stuff happening when you're running, causing imbalance, injury, and things like that. Okay, so that's where dead bugs really come into play for you. And then the same thing, doing the same reason why I do things like this or like this is exactly the same. If I can learn to detach from certain areas, keep my trunk stable and strong, and movement from the hips in those positions, I'm going to set myself up to be a stronger athlete, to have better trunk stability, which is going to help me when I'm running and jumping, being able to stay still when I'm running and not wobbling from side to side.